Yes, and you know where we're starting. It is Believe Land no more. Everyone's frustrated. The team has lost 5 of their last 6. Ty Lue won't change the lineup. The Isaiah Thomas experiment isn't working out. LeBron isn't playing up to his standards, calling himself and the teammate. And now our Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that the team has issues with Kevin Love holding an emotional team meeting prior to Monday's practice where several players challenged the legitimacy of Love leaving the loss to OKC with an illness and missing Sunday's practice. A lot of finger pointing right now, gentlemen. Stephen A., I'll start with you. Plain and simple, is it time for change in Cleveland?
Yes, it is. I'm going to say it right now on the airwaves, and I'm glad my man Jalen Rose is to my right. It is time. It is time. The Cleveland Cavaliers should trade Kevin Love. They should trade him. And, oh, by the way, it's not because I'm getting on Kevin Love, who I happen to like a great deal, and I think for the most part does his job. I'm telling you why they should trade Kevin Love. Kevin Love don't want to be there. Kevin Love don't want to be there. He don't want to be around this mess. And I'm going to go a route that most people wouldn't, but damn it, I'm me. So I'm going to take it there. You in a locker room that is clearly dysfunctional. Clearly dysfunctional. You got the owner butting heads with the world's greatest player. You got a rookie GM in place. You don't really have a president with stature to speak of because Dan Gilbert doesn't want that because he wants everybody to believe that he's the guy that is all-knowing about the sport of basketball. In between, you got JR with his agenda. You got Isaiah Thomas with his agenda. You got Tristan Thompson, who's a reserve, trying to learn how to be a reserve because he was never a reserve before. And you're Kevin Love, and I'm going to say this. It's kind of a little bit difficult when you white and you're around a bunch of brothers with a bunch of issues. It's a little bit different. I'm just saying it's a little bit different. I'm not saying it's bad or worse. It's a little bit different.
I never found it different, but go ahead.
Well, that's because you got a level of flavor, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different for you. But in most situations, there you go. In most situations, it's a little bit different. Kevin Love, from what I've been told, he's a professional. He's going to do what he's got to do. But is he really, really excited about being there, surrounded by all of this mess? Hell no. So do him a favor. Get rid of him because he don't need to be a part of this. And, oh, by the way, here's what happened Saturday. While the Cavs were in the midst of getting annihilated, I mean, blown out of the building. How you score 124 points and still lose by 25? It's beyond me. But that's what happened, okay? They gave up damn near 150 points. Kevin Love left the game early, but he didn't leave the game. He left the arena. He went home. He was chilling out watching the game on TV like the rest of us while his boys, supposedly his boys, were there getting blown out. That was the real issue that the players had. The fact that they came into the locker room. LeBron is very cool with Kevin Love. He happens to like Kevin Love a lot. The man sat up there and was like, damn, he's home. He didn't even know he had left the arena. That was the problem that they had with Kevin Love because it was tantamount to you and your boys getting in a fight, and then they turn around and you, APP, there's nowhere, you nowhere to be found. That's how they interpreted it, and that was the problem.
Well, I mean, if there are only 2 guys knocking anyone out in the fight, which is LeBron and Kevin Love, if I'm Kevin Love, I'm turning around saying, yeah, I wasn't there, but neither were you. Where were you? When I'm there, I'm knocking everybody out. What are you doing? LeBron James has been great wire to wire on the offensive side. He has to save himself on defense, and that is really what the issue is. He is not leading the team defensively, and the other players on this team are not self-motivated. If they were, they would be playing defense without their leader having to lead the way. That goes for Tristan Thompson, who LeBron got paid, and everybody. Why do they need to see LeBron play defense in his 15th season when he has to save himself for high-leverage moments in the playoffs in order for them to play defense? That's problem number 1 on the defensive end. On the offensive end, Isaiah Thomas doesn't have his basketball legs yet. This idea that Isaiah is playing for a contract to me is ridiculous, and I will tell you why. I know what Dwayne Wade must be feeling. Wait a minute. In the second unit, this dude's just jacking up shots. He's not passing the ball, right? Bottom line is, you don't get paid for counting numbers anymore. If that were the case, Isaiah wouldn't be paid $7 million a year right now because he was averaging 22 in Sacramento and couldn't find a taker to the tune of even $10 million a year back then. So Isaiah has to know better than I just have to put up a lot of points. You have to be a good player, and Isaiah is an excellent player when he's healthy. He's not just a ball hog who makes bad decisions. When he gets into the paint, he dishes usually the right guy. He finishes well when he is really Isaiah Thomas. He is not Isaiah Thomas right now. I believe the Cavs can get out of the East with what they have. If you need to make a deal, then it's a Kemba Walker deal because Isaiah is an expiring contract. You take Kemba Walker. I would do that. Walker's a little bigger and so better defensively than Isaiah, and he's healthy. Or if someone like Anthony Davis was available and they say we need Kevin Love and the Brooklyn pick and something, sure, of course. But barring something like that, they're going to have to stay with what they got and hope that Isaiah has his basketball legs by the end of the season and they've integrated the offense and LeBron's ready to lead on defense by the playoffs. And then they'll get out of the East where they'll get stomped by either Golden State or Houston in the finals.